everyone. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. Just doing a quick love check-in for you today. See what's going on in your love life. All right, I have a few decks here today, so I'm using the Wild Muse Oracle cards. Okay, I also have the Mystic Love Oracle here, and using the Fairy Tale Lenormand to tie that all together as well. Okay, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It does help you stay up to date with all the readings. I will be uploading what I can when I can over the next week or so, as I will be traveling. Okay, so and you know, I do have quite a lot of commitments coming up over the new year and whatnot as well. But we'll definitely keep an eye out for the shadow work reading on, you know, just into the new year there. I believe it's the 3rd of January 2026, guys. We're getting there. This year is almost over. All right, make sure you go back and check out my most recent videos if you haven't seen those ones as well. But we will get on into it. Timestamps in the description box as always. Starting off today with Aries. Okay, Aries. Aries, what's going on for our Aries with love and romance? What does Aries need to know in regards to love and romance, please? I'm going to actually grab out both oracles first, Aries. And then we'll move on to the Lenormand after that. Okay, love and romance for Aries, please. Love and romance for Aries. What does Aries need to know for love and romance, please? Healthy boundaries coming through first here, Aries. It is actually drawing my attention straight away to this grave card here as well, which is no second chances. So I do feel as though somebody is putting healthy boundaries up around themselves and they're no longer offering second chances. As to whether that's yourself, Aries, or somebody in your energy there, take that as that resonates. I do feel as though there is something, you know, something has come to an end. The grave energy does talk about things coming to some sort of an end, and that there may not be a second chance here. I kind of am picking up here that somebody maybe struggled with putting up healthy boundaries in the past, and that's what's come to an end, and they're now going to be putting up those healthy boundaries around themselves, and they won't be you know, accepting things that, you know, don't meet those parameters, basically. So once again, whether that's yourself or somebody that you've been dealing with, you know, I am picking up on some cross-watcher energy here. So for some of you here, it may actually be somebody else is no longer giving second chances here. It may not be an actual Aries placement that's no longer giving those second chances. Okay, but we do also see gentleness coming through. Okay, so being gentle with oneself, Aries. I do feel as though for a lot of you, you're understanding that, especially if you're the one putting up those healthy boundaries, that you're needing to be very gentle with yourself, and understanding that there's a reason that you're needing to put up those boundaries. Okay, we do also see the music inspiration card coming through. You know, this person's someone speaking to you through music. You may be feeling very drawn to certain songs. They may hold certain meaning for you at this time as well. So, you know, it's kind of giving this thing, if you're wanting to, you know, if you set your intention to ask for answers with music, and then, you know, jump in the car, put the radio on, see what the first song to play is. You know, put your playlist on shuffle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, bang, there's your answer. Okay, for some reason, when it's with music, I always, maybe it's just me personally, but it always goes 1, 2, 3, bang, that song is the answer. And you kind of have to shuffle through 1, 2, 3, then the third song is the one. So whether that works for you or in that way as well, maybe you're just, you know, hearing the same song everywhere you go, those sorts of things as well. Being drawn to certain songs at this time may be important for you in regards to this healthy boundaries energy as well, this understanding that something has come to an end here. Aries, what does Aries need to know in regards to love and romance? Once again, I feel like this is that healthy boundaries coming through here, Aries. We do see the snake and the sun coming through first and foremost here. So some of you maybe have been dealing with a Scorpio or a Leo. That is those two cards there. But mostly I feel like this is, the sun really brings things to light. And so what it's bringing to light for you here, Aries, is that, no more rose-tinted glasses, no more, illusions, no more deluding yourself, no more delulu, into thinking that something is something that it's not. You're not allowing yourself to, you're having some sort of personal epiphany. You're coming to light that, you maybe have been deceiving yourself about something to do, with love and romance, and that's definitely coming out into the light at the moment. And you're understanding that, your own personal happiness is more important here than believing an illusion. Okay, and following physical desire as well. So for a lot of you, there maybe has been a lot of strong, lust kind of energy, a lot of passion towards somebody here, and you're kind of realizing that has created some sort of, illusion or delusion in you, that there is something more to that, when maybe it is just a lustful connection. All right, but it's coming out into the light, and you're sort of understanding that, your own actual happiness is more important than, allowing yourself to believe something that maybe isn't the whole truth. We do see that sort of you're breaking free from those delusions, cutting those out. We have the scythe coming through there as well. You're cutting out those illusions and delusions. You're cutting out the need for that lust to take precedence over a belief, basically is what's wanting to come through here. For a lot of you, that does bring around a lot of change. I just want to clarify for you what that does bring, because it's bringing in something very unexpected. It's kind of like, as soon as you cut this energy out, as soon as you cut that out, cut out the delulu here, Aries, it does, bring about some sort of unexpected change. What is the unexpected change this brings for Aries, please? An innocence, a naivety, having fun in a different kind of, in a sweet kind of way, rather than a physical fun. This is, sweet, childlike energy there. We also see the fish as well. So a lot of abundance, maybe, starting a new adventure on with money kind of thing, focusing on other things other than love and romance, but also, just that sense of abundance. And we see the net here catching that fish in this particular deck. So it's kind of like it's a new adventure where that's it, I'm throwing back the fish that's, and I'm going to catch a new fish kind of thing. I do feel for a lot of you that may be like an abundance of fishing your net, so to speak, that you are fishing for something new, something more abundant, something that fits into those healthy boundaries, and has a lot more gentleness associated with that for you, Aries. Okay, so you're moving away from something here, something. And even if you're not moving away from a specific person, you're moving away from, the rose-tinted glasses. You're no longer putting up with certain things that you maybe have put up with in the past there, Aries, and being gentler on yourself and creating some boundaries there, Aries. But like I said at the start, flip that if necessary. Some of you, that is around the other way. All right, so take it how it resonates, and make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And we will move on over to Taurus. Okay. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus with love and romance? I'm just going to grab your oracles out first. Taurus, love and romance. Love and romance for Taurus. Okay. So, Taurus, we see the on fire energy coming through first. For some of you, you maybe have been dealing with a fire sign. For others of you, though, this does talk about, you know, intense burning desire, passion being stirred, a lot of physical, sparking that flame, like, and it's an overwhelming kind of flame, that all-encompassing flame. It's not just a little spark. It's been like something that has set your whole body on fire. It's very much a very physical energy coming through here. You're literally on fire with the love and the romance, especially in a very physical way. So for a lot of you, this is a very lustful energy, very physical, sexual energy there. For some of you, I do, I am getting something about, my areas are on fire. So some of you there, be careful. Make sure we're being protective of, catching anything that is just coming through there. We also do have updates to your system coming through here. Okay, so you're kind of updating something here in when it comes to love situations, romantic situations for yourself here, Taurus. I can kind of see straight away what that is, because with these other oracles that have come through here, I do have the cheating, broken trust card has come through, but then I've got the apology card as well. I'm sorry. So that somebody is apologizing for breaking your trust. I do feel that for a lot of you, it may not be actual cheating, even though it does sort of say cheating on that card. Cheating can also talk about, it's not necessarily cheating on you with somebody else. It can be cheating in the sense of some sort of manipulation. It's like they've cheated the system, because we've got updates to the system, and then we've got somebody who has kind of cheated the system. So it may not be actual cheating. It's kind of cheating the system. Some sort of, maybe tricked you into something, or manipulated you in some kind of a way that has broken your trust. We do see that trust has been broken, but we also see that apology there. And that is sort of updating this whole entire system, because you're now like, it's kind of like, I now know what it's like to have that trust broken, and I don't know if it can be rebuilt in the same way. It's coming through as an update where I'm taking that information on board, and it's updating this situation into a new thing. It's not going to be the exact same as the old system. It's a new system now. We've got to, run those bug fixes and whatnot. But we do also see the soulmate everlasting card coming through here. So I do feel for some of you, this is all with the same person. For others of you, this is two separate people. Okay. It's like for some of you here, it's like this update to your system card is like something that's happened in the past where your trust has been betrayed, is now updating you to move over to this energy, the soulmate energy, the everlasting energy, where you're no longer, you've learnt so much from the past here. But for others of you, I feel like this is actually the same person connecting here, but you are sort of creating something new altogether here, because it's, even though there's that apology and the I'm sorry and the broken trust, it's never the exact same as what it was before, because you've now experienced that in this connection for someone here. Clarify this message for Taurus. Love and romance for Taurus, please. Some of you don't know about this yet, or this person hasn't come through yet with that apology. So we have the birds, the book, and the letter. Okay, so we see a lot of, the birds, it's kind of like a flurry of activity. It's kind of like a building. It's sort of like excitement, but it's like an anxious excitement here. It's like a nervousness. It's like a flurry of activity where it's kind of like you feel it coming kind of thing. something's going on. You maybe have heard a rumor or something. For some of you, this is just your intuition, and your intuition has been sort of like, it's giving that butterflies in the tummy feeling, but it's not just sweet little butterflies. It's these crows rolling around in you that you're like nervous, because you know you're about to learn something. You know there's a secret that's about to be revealed. You're definitely about to learn something here, especially with the letter there as well. It's about to, be communicated or expressed to you in some kind of a way. For some of you, you may actually be, you're finding something out through a rumor, through gossip, through and then you learn the truth from something like that. For others of you, this is like an actual something written down, that you're seeing some sort of written proof of something, or written. This is very physical energy I'm seeing here with the letter and the book, both written format coming through there as well. So not just actual words on paper, but like text messages, those sorts of things as well. So you may be definitely, uncovering some sort of secret, learning a truth here, learning a little bit more information, or learning that this roiling gut feeling is true. It's because you're leveling up and you're understanding things, in a stronger kind of way. If you don't know that already, you will know that very, very soon. Where does this leave Taurus, please? Where does this leave Taurus, please? And then clarify that soulmate energy. Is that separate energy? Where does this leave you, Taurus? We have the garden, social meetings taking place, meeting new people, getting out and about, spending time with friends as well. For a lot of you, I am picking up a little bit here. For some of you, this could be talking to like therapists and getting out and actually, being a little bit more public with what's going on for yourself here, a little bit more social about what's going on here, talking things through with people, whether that's friends, family, or you're meeting someone new altogether. For a lot of you, this soulmate energy is somebody new, because, we have the stork here, and it shows us that something is getting stirred up. This is new perspectives, new ideas, new ways of looking at things. So it's like a complete, something really getting stirred up. So whether the energy is getting stirred up between you and a specific person here, and changing into something brand new altogether, or whether we're stirring up and actually going out and meeting new people altogether. I feel like there's a couple of you where this is the same person, all in one. But for majority of you, this is meeting somebody new, to be completely honest here. But that's what we're seeing for you, Taurus. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate that. And we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with love and romance? Checking in on our Geminis with love and romance. Grabbing all your oracles to start with here, Gemini. Love and romance for Gemini, please. on the bottom of that deck there, I'm being shown the Divine Connection card, the Twin Flame card. So a lot of you are getting signs, deeper meanings, seeing things around. For those of you who do have an understanding that you do have a twin soul here, that you do have some sort of divine connection already in place. You are seeing a lot of signs that point in that person's direction right now. For some of you, you don't know this person yet, and I really sometimes I really hate using the terminology twin flame because of the rap it's gotten in the last few years. But if you look into the history, the mythology of twin flame, the origin of it, whenever I say twin flame, that's more so what I'm talking about, the origin of twin flame belief system there, rather than anything that you see in this, TikToks or, documentaries and all that, especially the document. That's totally different story, all right? But a lot of it's more just along the lines of, some sort of deep soul connection, a divine connection that has a lot of guidance, and that's why we see a lot of signs and symbols when it comes to those sorts of connections. You've had some sort of glow up here, Gemini, because we see the best of you and the boss up cards coming through. So whether you've actually had some sort of a glow up, or you're in the progress of having some sort of glow up, or, it could just be that somebody sees you as having some sort of glow up. Because I feel like your energy, you're kind of like, no, I'm just the same old Gemini, but I think it's the way that somebody's perceiving you. They're seeing a side of you that maybe they haven't seen before. And it could just be their perception as well, because what's quite common with these sorts of connections is when we see these sorts of things, so do they. It's a very mirroring energy. And so it's like they're seeing a reflection of you that it's maybe they're only just realizing how awesome the best of you is. And then you hear from them. We have the phone call card, hearing from them. So there is going to be some sort of contact between you and this person relatively soon. Some of you are already talking to them, and you're just sort of, it's kind of like every time you get a phone call from this person, or you get text messages from this person, that's when you're seeing the signs. And it's like you keep seeing signs associated, and it's like, just as an example, you see something that reminds you of that person, and then bang, they call, or bang, then there's a text from them. That kind of thing, for those of you who are already talking to this person. But it's kind of like they've got stars in their eyes when they look at you. They see the best version of you every time they look at you, Gemini. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with love and romance? Firstly, the clover coming through. Some of you, this could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with. I've also got Cancer coming through here as well. Take a chance. Invest in this person, okay? And invest in being vulnerable with this person, okay? That's the chance, the risk that you're needing to take with this person, is to be quite vulnerable and open and honest and kind-hearted with your emotions towards this person. We see the lily and the moon here as well. They're both very emotional cards. Okay, I feel like for a lot of you, this person is actually more emotionally sensitive than you realize. So you are needing to share emotion with this person and open up and be very honest and kind-hearted to this person will go a long way. All right. Trust your intuition, of course, as we see there with the moon. Trust your intuition. This does have long-term potential. This could be the one, Gemini. Okay, so definitely open up to this person and try to be a little bit more vulnerable with them and honest and open about how you're feeling, because it will get you far. Okay, with this person, that will show the best of you. Okay, if you're wanting to show the best of you and you're wanting to bossing up sometimes means being honest and open and truthful, like about who you really are and how you really feel. That's actually boss level. A lot of people don't understand that. People always go on about, oh, they're so emotional. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. There's scientific studies, guys. But that's what we've got for you, Gemini. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements as well. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, what's going on for Cancer with love and romance? Love and romance for Cancer. Pardon me, Cancer. Just make sure I'll grab both your oracles out. Cancer, love and romance for Cancer. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Let me know in the comments, what did you do over Christmas? What are you doing for New Year's? Exciting time of year, right? Oh, I'm seeing a lot of this is kind of very specific here, Cancer, because two of these cards are talking about the exact same thing. All right, because we see the no strings attached card coming through, as well as the player card, which is a little bit more about strategy, being strategic, but, you know, player energy, no strings attached, where we're still trying to work out exactly what we even want when it comes to love and romance. And I think that's why we're, you know, not jumping in the deep end with anything, right, you know, straight away or anything like that, trying to keep things casual. Some of you maybe just, you know, situationship type stuff, because you're trying to decide. We have the crossroad here, finding direction, still trying to find direction. And I'm getting the phrase trying to work out which way you're feeling pulled toward. It's kind of like you're standing at this crossroad and you're waiting for something to pull you in one direction or another. You're not actually choosing. You're waiting for something to choose you and drag you along with it. So I don't know what that really, because you're keeping no strings attached and you're trying to be very strategic about your decisions, but your decision is to not make any decisions. It's to kind of just stand there and wait and see what happens. But if something grabs you and pulls you, you will probably go. So it's very interesting. Cancer, be careful with that energy, because sometimes you're going to get pulled in a direction that may not be the one that is actually where you truly want to go. The day you plant the seed. So you do need to plant that seed and actually set some sort of intention as to what direction you want to go, rather than just allowing yourself to be pulled in a direction. Setting a direction for yourself. Clarify this message for Cancer, please. What's going on for Cancer with love and romance? The player card on the bottom of the deck. 3 different decks. Firstly, we see the book, which kind of makes sense for you, because you're trying to learn as much as you can. You're trying to research your options, but you're not actually stepping towards any of them. This book is shut. This is like, I don't even want to know what the next chapter is. It's a mystery. It's the unknown. I'm not going to open that yet. It's an unknown book. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it goes. I don't know how that story ends, because the book is closed. Like, there's unknown factors here. A lot of unknown factors for you at the moment, because you don't know yourself. You haven't really even, because this one, when this one came out of the deck, it kind of like flipped around a bit and didn't want to flip over and didn't want to sit straight. It came out like this. You're not sure what you want to give to. That's the flowers, the bouquet. Okay, so you don't know what you want to give to. You kind of like, I don't know where I want to put my time, my love, my energy. I just don't know. I don't know where I want to receive that from. I don't know where I want to give that. Unknown what I even want to give to. You're very unsure at the moment. You're very uncertain, unknown. It's a mystery. You are a mystery. You're an enigma right now, Cancer. We also have the fish coming through, which is Gemini's card. We also see is it Pisces? Gemini and Pisces both coming through there. A lot of watery energy, very kind of caught up in like I want it all, but I don't even know what that means. I like the fish is abundance. It's a wealth and abundance. It's like I want to be fulfilled, but I just don't know how. I don't know what direction to go in order to have that abundance. I don't know how to, find my fish. So many fish in the sea, I just don't know which one I want. There's just too many fish. I don't know which one I want. I don't know. For some of you, there's this concern of having to give your abundance away. And that's why you're so hesitant here, because you're feeling as though love and romance, that if you, in order to receive love and romance, that you would have to give too much of yourself away to receive what you truly actually want in love and romance here. But for others of you, you just don't actually know. You need to kind of sit down and maybe ask yourself, what is it that you're actually looking for here? Because you kind of, it's like you're saying you want one thing, but then you're acting like you don't want that. It's like it's showing me this example of somebody I know who says they want a long-term relationship. They say they want, love and true love and all that. But then when they're given love, they're like, what is this? I don't understand that. I don't want that. And then they go and be a player. They go and try to meet. It's like they go and try to meet as many people as they can. But then as soon as things start to get real and that person starts to offer them, actual love and actual opportunity and potential for a long-term relationship, which is what they say that they want. And I think maybe deep down they do want that. But then that kind of freaks them out and they run away and they move on to the next person until it gets too deep. It's so that's the kind of energy I'm picking up here, Cancer, that you say you want one thing, but you're not actually allowing that to come in for yourself. You're backing out of it every time it's there. And you're planting the seed, but you're not actually attaching a string to that you're not actually connecting to those seeds that you're planting. Interesting, Cancer. You might want to check your other placements, or if you are dealing with someone in specific, maybe check their placements as well, Cancer. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Leo, what's going on for Leo with love and romance? Love and romance check-in for our Leos, please. Grab your oracles out first, Leo. Love and romance for Leo. What's going on for Leo with the love and the romance? very interesting, Leo, because on the bottom of the deck I've got the safety comfort card coming through. Okay, so hidden deep within you, there's this kind of need for the safety, the comfort zones, you know, that you deep down you're craving comfort and security when it comes to love and romance. But here on the surface, we see the party energy, having fun. We see the gambling, taking a chance card. And, you know, it's interesting here because we also have create and progress. So it's kind of like you're trying to, in your external love and romantic energy here, you're trying to, you know, have fun and create, and there's a lot going on here. All right. This is a lot of exuberant kind of energy where on the surface you're trying to really just be very lighthearted and have fun with it. And I'm willing to, you know, be fun and take a chance and, you know, just create experiences and adventures. And but deep down you actually want safety and comfort. And I'm also seeing sacrifices coming through. So for some of you, you may actually need to, that may be part of this gamble that you're taking, is that you actually need to sacrifice some of this external hype energy that you've got going on here, that you're like, oh, I'm just having fun, you know, party, excitement. You may need to actually sacrifice a little bit of that energy in order to be a little bit more truthful to, you know, the comfort. For some of you, you are comfortable in that playful party energy, and that's why you're like, it's because it's not that it's a facade or a mask that you're putting on here. It's like, kind of feels like it's partly a little bit here feeling like you need to be a version of yourself that other people want you to be rather than your own true self. To be completely honest here, Leo, I am picking up that, you know, one way or another, you need to sacrifice either the safety and the comfort or the party energy. Which is it that you're going to sacrifice? Which is actually going to gain you the better energy with yourself when it comes to love and romance? That's the risk. That's the chance that you need to take, that you can't have both. You know, they're kind of opposing energies here. I am picking up very strongly, Leo, a message about, you know, settling down. That a lot of you are kind of telling yourself, I need to have fun and party and excitement and, you know, create and be creative and expressive, because I don't want to get old, kind of thing. I don't want to be seen as someone who's just a homebody and does nothing. And there's a little bit of that kind of thing coming through here, that you don't want to settle down because you don't want to become boring, kind of thing. And that's the fear here, is that I don't want to be boring. So it's kind of two completely different ends of the spectrum though. And the sacrifice is that, you know, maybe we need to sacrifice bits of both so we can find some sort of middle ground with this, that you don't have to be party all the time, Leo, but you don't have to be safety, boring, homebody all the time either. You can be a combination of both. You know, getting older doesn't mean that you can't still have fun, just in more mature ways. So I feel like for a lot of you, this has got to do with within yourself and settling within yourself that I can, it doesn't matter. I can actually be both of these things at once. I don't need to sacrifice the party life in order to settle down and be safe and comfortable. And I don't need to sacrifice the safe and comfortable in order to still be vibrant. You know, I can actually be both. There's a time and a place kind of thing that, you know, I feel like for a lot of you, allocating yourself time to be both of those things may actually be really useful to you. So, you know, put some of that creative energy towards the progression of finding space for both of those sides of yourself. Not just one. You don't have to be just one. To find space for yourself to have fun and be exciting and vibrant, but also find space for yourself to just be safe and comfortable. So there's a way it works. There's a way that it can all work. You don't have to sacrifice yourself completely. All right. But we'll clarify that here, Leo. What's going on for Leo with love and romance? Love and romance for Leo. Definitely need to trust your intuition a little bit more, Leo. We have the moon coming through first here. So, you know, I feel like you may be just a little bit emotionally sensitive at the moment, and those emotions are a little bit ping pong. You know, in between the two, you're just a little bit getting a little bit emotional about the vast differences that you feel that are between, like within your own self. But trust your intuition a little bit more. It's guiding you in the right direction. Because I do feel as though what the core of this issue is, and a lot of you may realize, just from hearing me say this, something might just sort of click into place for you a little bit here. But it feels like this is the core of the issue. This issue that we've just spoken about, it's coming from something in your past. Okay, we have the mice and the scythe there. All right, so the mice talks about a loss in the past, something that we've suffered in the past, something that we've grieved, stressed about, you know, that it's still eating away at you, but it's showing itself in this way that may be completely different to the thing that you're actually, you know, that has eaten away at your energy in the past here. The scythe here, it shows us that, you know, this is something that you thought you've broken free from. You know, and I don't feel like it's an actual love loss. I feel like, or even if it's a love loss, it's not like a romantic loss that you've suffered. It's something else. It may be like a family member that you've lost or lost contact with, or you know, a financial loss that you've suffered in the past, or you know, a housing loss or something along those lines that you've suffered in the past. And it, the way that it had happened so suddenly, like you thought that you had broken free from that energy, but you actually haven't. There's just some lingering things. It's still eating away at your energy a little bit here, and it's still guiding you in emotions a little bit here, and I feel like for a lot of you that just made it all click, and now that gives you the opportunity to actually, you know, address that issue and find that balance within yourself. It's just like something, and for some of you here, it's just something that someone has said to you offhand in the past, and for some reason it's just stuck, and it's making you feel like, oh, but if I do this, then I'll be seen as that, or something along those lines, and it's just kind of stuck with you. But just becoming aware of it, or even trying to think about what that might be for you, seems to be enough to shift that energy and help you balance that energy out. So just hearing this message today seems to be enough for you to sort of shift that, even if it's happening on a subconscious level here. Okay, Leo, but that's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, what's going on for Virgo with love and romance? Love and romance messages for our Virgos. Grab all your cards out, all the oracle cards out for you, Virgo. Love and romance for our Virgos. Interesting energy here, Virgo. I have the Queen of Everything coming through first for you here, Virgo. It's not giving me a very solid read right away. I'm picking up quite a few different energies here, Virgo. For, there's obviously quite a varied message when it comes to love and romance for all the Virgos. I do also see your tribe, your vibe. So for some of you, it's actually like, because I'm actually picking up on this energy as a third party energy. So there's something about your friendships or other relationships outside of love that are actually affecting your love and romantic life. Because I do also see competition, the other woman, but it's not necessarily another woman when it comes to love. It's just somebody else in your energy. So it could just be like a friend that's creating this competitive kind of energy, taking your attention away from love a little bit here, to be honest. The Queen of Everything card here, it keeps kind of telling me that you, whether this is a bad thing or a good thing, I'm not entirely sure, Virgo. But it keeps telling me you're lording it over them. You're lording it over them. So, because it's kind of, it's kind of showing me you here, Virgo, and then here's your tribe around you, these are like your little supporters, your cheerleaders, but they're actually here. They're surrounding you, but they're not up on the same level. So is that because you are lording it over them in the way that you're treating people? Or is it because you're kind of putting your advisors on a higher level that you're all lording over your love life here and creating them as competition? And then and then you can imagine here's love and romance on this side, but then you're lording it over all of it, trying to find balance with it all, but these ones are actually affecting it more than you realize, creating a competitive energy. And then that means that, you're being pushed up onto this throne, very separate from all of them. And you're not actually equalizing with anyone. We have the love, the strong affection card as well there. So there's definitely love in your energy here. It's just, it's being overwhelmed at the moment by this friends or family or co-workers, whoever this third energy is, your tribe, your vibe. And that's what's happening. It's your tribe is messing up your vibe. because it's kind of putting you up on this pedestal above it all, that it should be equal, right? You and love should be equal, but it's somehow it's forcing you upwards onto this lording it over them kind of energy. Clarify this energy for Virgo, please. Love and romance for Virgo. What's going on for Virgo with love and romance, please? This is very interesting because we have the house coming through first, followed by the ship. The house is like your solid foundation of self, and it's your sense of security and safety, your comfort zone, right? But then we see the ship, which is like movement, travel. So these are kind of opposing energies. We've got home base, and then we've got going away from there, moving away from that. But it's once again, I'm getting this lording it over energy where it's like the comfort zone, it's like the safety, it's the security. It's like the goalposts keep shifting. It's like that zone keeps moving away from love and from allowing love to enter, kind of thing. For a lot of you, this could actually be your tribe energy, could be family, whether that's blood family or friends type of family. Whoever you consider your family, they may be the issue here, because that's your comfort zone, but it's actually creating distance between yourself and love and pushing you into this energy, the fox, pushing you into the fox energy, which is player energy. That's lording it over energy. That's selfish energy. That's putting your own needs first energy. So that seems to be the main issue I'm seeing here, is this energy of you separating yourself from everything else and putting yourself and your needs and your desires and your wants and your, everything. It's selfish, Virgo. It's independent. It's not necessarily a bad thing though, right? Because selfishness is a survival tactic. It's I do whatever I need to do in order to survive this situation. But you just need to ask yourself, am I just doing what I need to do to survive, or am I just doing what I want to do to get what I want? Because I feel like there might be a difference for some of you here, and for a lot of you, it's got to do with this third party energy coming through, which is like friends or family that are influencing you too much, in your ear too much here. You need to actually work out, hang on, well, if I'm actually truly being independent and truly, why am I pushing love energy away? And why do I keep changing the goalposts when it comes to comfort and security and allowing people into my foundation? Okay, Virgo, because love is right here. There's strong affection and love there. But you keep creating distance between, letting it in. And you think you're being clever, but it's not actually, what's right for you, because the advisors are not advising properly. I hate to say it, but it's the advisors, your tribe, are messing up your vibe right now, Virgo, is what I've got coming through here. So I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Libra. Okay. Libra, love and romance. For Libra, what does Libra need to know in regards to love and romance? All right, I will grab both oracle decks out here first. For you, Libra, love and romance messages for Libra, please. Okay, so Libra, some interesting energy here for you. I'm seeing a lot of references here. Firstly, I've got the party having fun card, okay? So I feel like that may actually have a bit of a clue for us with what's upcoming when it comes to love and romance for you. I feel like the party having fun energy might be a little bit of a warning, to be honest, especially when, coming up to things like New Year's, making sure we're chilling a little bit. I feel like for a lot of you, not going overboard, because of what I'm seeing here is murky waters coming through first. All right. Storm card, turmoil's coming ahead. And so, as you can kind of imagine, these are all very similar energy with the water references here too. The ship has sailed. So we see some sort of storm warning coming through here that creates these murky waters and, leads to, maybe missing the ship. The ship has sailed without you kind of thing. You've missed the ship. You've missed this. You've missed the opportunity to stay safe through this storm, because I don't know if you can kind of see that, but there is this anchor. It's been lifted up. It's like she's holding on to the anchor, but the ship is already gone. So she's trying to hold on to, safety and security, something to hold her steady through the storm, but the ship is already left without that anchor. So it creates these murky waters. It's troubling times when it comes to love and romance. There might just be some unknown factors coming through here. I do feel for a lot of you, this might have to do with someone's having too much fun, and it's creating some sort of storm, some sort of turmoil being created here. Clarify this message for Libra. What does Libra need to know in regards to love and romance, please? I do keep hearing, Libra, someone getting, it's kind of that example I was giving about, being careful with New Year's Eve parties. Someone getting a little bit drunk and speaking a little bit too much on something, or saying something that they later regret saying because it causes all this drama. Although, the clarification here, it's kind of like you will get through this, whatever this is. We have the sun, the heart, and then the dog. So I feel like this sun gives us another clue. Okay, it's a truth being told. It's something coming to light that creates this turmoil. But in the same token, the sun will shine again. So even though we see this storm warning, even though we see these murky waters, we do have happiness shining through eventually. All right, it's just a blip kind of thing. It might just be like a little argument or something along those lines occurring. It does feel like a truth being revealed more than anything. Something coming to light, something being brought out into the open, someone saying too much kind of thing, someone revealing a secret, or just saying something that they later regret saying. But then we do have the heart there as well. So, the love is unconditional, and the love, the love and the happiness and the dependability, the support, the reliability do eventually return here. It's just murky waters for a little moment here. It's just a turmoil coming, a bit of a storm. But as we know, storms do pass. They're not a permanent thing. So I feel like this is kind of a bit of a warning for you here, Libra, that either be prepared for somebody to say something, maybe a bit of a revelation about how somebody feels, or a truth being spoken that maybe we're not fully prepared for that to come out into the open, and it creates a bit of a argument or some sort of turmoil going on here. Just clarify the turmoil, please. Clarify the storm. On the hidden energy, I've got the clouds there. So it's definitely got to do with somebody's way of thinking, or somebody's got some anxieties coming to light, or someone's true thoughts coming to light. But, when I've asked for more details here, it's someone opening up in some kind of way, opening up, being overly truthful. But once again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually an opportunity. It's concealed here. There's a lot of, happiness and love and reliability and friendship here, but and there's the opportunity to strengthen those. But it may come in the form of turmoil, of a storm approaching, kind of thing. So overall, it may not be a bad thing, but it's just a thing. Okay, Libra, but that's what we've got for you. You might want to check your other placements, or cross-watch a person's placements as well. But that's what we're seeing there for you. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio with love and romance? Oh, I just heard that song. Lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. That might have something to do with, that might be a message for someone there. Scorpio, love and romance for Scorpio. Realizing that someone doesn't treat you no good no more. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio with love and romance? For some of you, it may be you yourself. Interesting. The first card I've got here is the snake card. Not what it looks like. So that normally refers to some sort of illusion or deception, that it's not what it looks like, that there's a snake in the midst kind of thing. But it's not really like that snake is your energy as well, Scorpio. I feel like it's actually got to do more so with this, the emotional baggage. So something is not what it looks like. So something might look bad, but it's not actually as bad as you might. Well, it may still be bad, but it's not exactly what you think. It's actually coming from some sort of emotional baggage. So is this your baggage, or is this somebody else's? I feel like it's more likely somebody else's baggage, but you're not seeing it as emotional baggage. You're seeing it as, something else. It's like a symptom. It's not the cause. The cause is the emotional baggage, and you're seeing the symptoms. So you're seeing like some sort of behavior or something, and you're seeing what it looks like, but it's not what it looks like. It looks like something, but the truth of the matter is that it's emotional. It's coming from emotional baggage that this person needs to work through. We do see a disconnect occurring for you here at this time as well. So I do feel like for some of you, this may be the reason for the disconnect, is because it's actually somebody's emotional baggage that they're needing to sort of work through. But you're seeing it as a disconnect, as a, but there's also divine timing. Believe in the right timing. So there's a need for you to sort of, wait. Like, they might not treat you no good no more, but maybe if you wait for them to actually deal with the core issue, which is the emotional baggage, that there's a reason to have faith in divine timing, that, this is happening for a reason, and this is happening in order to force this person to deal with that emotional baggage. And maybe that's why there is a disconnect happening, Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio with love and romance? Love and romance messages for Scorpio. Firstly, we're seeing the moon and the birds coming through here, Scorpio. So for some of you, this is quite simply an emotional conversation that's going to be taking place in the near future here. It's kind of like, once again, though, there's some sensitivities being raised, with emotional sensitivities. Somebody's emotions being sort of set off. I feel like that's why we're seeing that snake, is because what it looks like is setting someone's emotions off. So that may likely be you, Scorpio, that you're getting a little bit emotionally sensitive because you don't necessarily fully understand something. There might be a conversation or a phone call that does take place to that feels like what you're needing to have, that trust in divine timing, that conversation will take place when it needs to. But there also might be this energy here of gossip and rumors affecting your emotions a little bit here as well. That it's not necessarily gossip and rumors. It's like the background chatter, like the little voice in the back of your head saying negative, negative, negative. I feel like that's what it is. It's the little, because we've all got those little voices in the back of our, well, some of us more than others, but that little voice in the back of your head that says, "Oh, the worst thing is the thing. The worst thing is the thing." The self-worth stuff comes up a little bit there, and it makes us emotionally sensitive, and you're believing that gossip, but we see here to trust your intuition, to know, because your intuition already knows that this conversation will happen, and that's somebody just needs some time alone right now in order to reestablish and find the core within themselves to strengthen themselves, and someone needing to just take some time to themselves, really, more than anything, coming through there with that. It's like they're repairing their own foundations, and it is just going to take a little bit of time. And I feel like for both of you, you both kind of need a little bit of time to yourself here anyway. Um, because once again, believe in the right timing, that when that conversation is supposed to happen, it will happen. Okay, Scorpio? It's not what it looks like. So if it looks like whatever the little voice in the back of your head is telling you, bad thing, that's what it looks like. That's not what it is. It's got more to do with this emotional baggage of somebody's here. All right? So that's what we're seeing for you, Scorpio. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius with love and romance? Love and romance messages for Sagittarius, please. Some of you on the cusp of Scorpio there. I did just, you've just got a double card of what one of the ones that they just had. or you might actually be dealing with a Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius? I wanted to say Scorpio then too, so there's strong Scorpio energy for you today. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius with love and romance? It's definitely giving a lot of energy from what I just saw with Scorpio. Okay, because firstly we've got the phone call, the hearing from them. Okay, so there's this energy of like, it kind of feels like you're wanting to hear from somebody, you're wanting someone to call you. And, you know, for a lot of you, if you do have strong Scorpio placements or if you're dealing with a Scorpio, check the Scorpio reading as well, all right? Because it's giving it'll give you an extra layer of information on this particular section as well. But it's very reminiscent of what I just saw for them, because I do feel like these other oracles that have come out for you here, you know, this is what you're kind of wanting. You're wanting that call. So I'm seeing wanting, fear, but then what you actually need to be aware of coming through. Okay, so we're kind of wanting that phone call to come through, right? But you're fearful that they are dating, that they're meeting someone new. But that's coming from your anxiety, your worry, you know, the hurting, the agonizing pain. You're hurting, Sagittarius, you're hurting. And, you know, you're anxious and worried that they're going to be dating someone new. For some of you, it's that you're worried that you should be dating someone new. But you actually need to claim that energy, claim your energy. Okay? It's coming from emotional baggage, Sagittarius. There's emotional baggage associated with all this. And that's why we're having the hurt. That's why we're having the anxiety about what someone else is doing, what I should be doing, and I'm not doing because I'm hurting and I'm worried. You need to claim that energy so that then you know, as soon as we can accept that that's how we feel, then we can actually start to do something about that baggage and move through that energy. All right, but we'll clarify a little bit further here. Sagittarius, what's going on for Sagittarius with love and romance? Love and romance for Sagittarius. Firstly, we have the masculine. Okay, so regardless of gender, I feel like this is kind of, it's a very interesting energy here, Sagittarius, because I feel like this is what it's kind of what you are trying to do. The masculine energy is, you know, trying to not deal with emotion and trying to be very harsh, resolute, determined, dominant of oneself, to stop oneself from feeling. Okay, trying to steer ourselves away from emotion, trying to be logical and rational. But there's kind of this energy here, like you need to claim your energy and understand that emotions are not the enemy here. You know, because the true divine masculine does not hide from emotion. No, it actually protects the softer, vulnerable parts of ourselves, the emotions. The divine masculine understands that emotions are an integral part of being, and it protects those in a logical, rational way, yes, but it doesn't push them away completely. It nurtures and protects the emotions. All right, so that's basically, you know, addressing and accepting your emotions, claiming your energy. We see the sun coming through, followed by the moon. Emotional revelations, all right? Some stuff coming out into the light. Some secret parts of our emotional self coming to light within ourselves so that we can actually start steering ourselves back towards happiness and true happiness for ourselves. Your intuition is trying to do the job, but you need to allow it to do that. You need to allow yourself to access those emotions and bring those emotions out into the light so that you can examine those and accept those and move through those and trust your intuition is trying to help you. It's telling you to not be so harsh on yourself, not be so controlling of your emotion, to actually allow those out into the light so that you can then find the happiness within, be brought back into the light yourself. Scorpio. Did it again. Sagittarius. See, so it's a strong Scorpio energy for you today. I don't do that very often, to be honest, mix up the signs. I do see some readers do quite often do that. And, as a reader, of course it's going to happen because that's the order of the signs. And I was just 2 seconds ago reading Scorpio. Doesn't mean that was not for Sagittarius, not at all, because that was the Sagittarius portion. It's just very interesting the way that I do see people sometimes comment negatively when readers do that. But, there's a reason that happens, even if it's just a misspeak, so to speak. It's like a mistake. There's still a reason, even if it is just to trigger someone. Sometimes people get very, very triggered by that. But, we're all human, right? Anyway, but, in all honesty, though, Sagittarius, that Scorpio energy, very strong in your energy today as well. So I would not be surprised if a lot of you are on the cusp or have a placement in Scorpio or are somehow very, dealing with someone with strong Scorpio. Scorpio is a very strong sign, and it is very influential to a lot of us, regardless of our placements. So it's just interesting sometimes how that comes about. Just talking to myself now, I think. Sorry, guys. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, what is going on for Capricorn with love and romance? Happy birthday, Capricorn. Let me know in the comments, when is your Capricorn birthday? I am on the 31st. Capricorn, love and romance. Woo. Cannot make this shit up sometimes, Capricorn. Capricorn, love and romance for our Capricorns. Capricorn, the card that flew off the table, that jumped out of the deck and leaped down into the void, was the Leap of Faith card. Because of course it was. It leapt out of the deck, and it is a leap in itself. It's jumping in the deep end, jumping into the void. Because gambling, take a chance, jump in the deep end. Why not? Jump on in, Capricorn. Jump into the jump in. Take a chance. Do the impulsive jumping in thing when it comes to love. Okay, Capricorn, you know when the impulsiveness is steering you in the wrong direction, though, right? You guys are very connected. to that and to your intuition, you know if it's not a gamble that you're going to even have a chance at. You know, if it's a gamble that, you know, you're taking a chance, you're taking a leap of faith, but you got to have faith, right? That it's possible. So someone there is just, do not do that impulsive, crazy thing that you know is going to go really bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be open to receiving. That's the risk, right? Being open to receive. That is the risk, Capricorn. To let someone in, to take a chance that this person may actually be the way that they say they are. Fated meeting, an important connection. For some of you here, the leap of faith is to go to that thing that you're unsure about. You know, take a chance. You know, get out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm not talking about going and, you know, doing something super, super crazy. But we know that we're not talking about that, right? But you're gambling. You're taking a chance on being open to give somebody a chance, to open yourself up to somebody, to be a little bit more vulnerable and honest about, this is what I want. Is this you? That kind of thing. Like, and for a lot of you, there's a reason that you're taking a chance on this person. Because you were supposed to. Fated meeting. This is an important connection. So for a lot of you, this is someone that you're only just meeting in the next few weeks. Honestly, it may even be, this may be why I asked you when your birthday is, Capricorn. Because I feel like for a lot of you, it might be connected to that. You know, so for example, if you're like me and you're on the 31st, you might meet this person sometime between now and the 31st. If you're on the 16th of January, you might meet them between now and then. Okay, I am just getting, it is pretty soon. It feels very quick energy here, Capricorn. Let's clarify this. Have a look into it a bit more. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know in regards to love and romance? Check it in on the love and romance for Capricorn. Are we going to see the clover as well, Capricorn? Let's have a look. No. I was half expecting it after those two leap of faith and take a chance cards. We have the ship. Okay, so not going to lie, Capricorn, I feel like this is very personal, getting personal, right? Because traveling. Who's traveling at the moment other than me? Okay, so you may meet this person at a distance to yourself. You may be traveling while you meet this person. This is, you know, a call to adventure as well. So that might be part of this leap of faith for some of you, is that it's a call to adventure. It's a, you know, a chance to sail brand new seas that you have not yet explored. You know, a journey, an experience for some of you here. We do see the scythe coming through as well. So it's a sudden break or a sudden change from your independence, Capricorn, from you doing everything so logically and rationally and whatnot, because we have the fox there as well. Okay, the fox is, interestingly enough, the fox is, it's not so much a gambler unless it knows it's going to win. But you're taking a break from that. You're not cheating. You're not being tricky about the way that you're playing the game. You're taking a break from that. You're cutting that shit out. You're not being selfish. You're not being a player. You're not being tricksy. You're not being too clever for your own boots, kind of thing. You're just being honest and open and simple and taking a chance and to be open to receive. Because the fox is not open to receive, right? And the fox is, it doesn't receive, it takes. And it's very sparing with what it gives. But you're doing kind of the opposite here. You're taking a leap of faith to not think everything through so rationally, to just do. Because this is also very impulsive energy. This is, sudden, unexpected changes coming in for you, coming into your independence as well. So this is a sudden, unexpected change to your independence. So to doing everything for yourself and no one else, Capricorn. So it's chance for a new adventure where you might not be having to, only worry about yourself. You might have to actually, in order to be open to receiving, you might have to start thinking about others a little bit there as well, Capricorn. Not that you guys are, selfish, just that Capricorns can be very, one-track minded sometimes. It's not necessarily a bad thing either, but, that fox energy where we're trusting our emotions a little bit more. We're taking that leap of faith and trusting, the universe rather than what our brain is telling us. We're just trusting our heart a little bit more at the moment, Capricorn. And it's leading you in a fun direction by the looks of that. Okay, so that's what we've got for you. Fated meeting. I love it, Capricorn. More than welcome to check your other placements. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And we will move to Aquarius. Aquarius, love and romance for Aquarius, please. Love and romance for Aquarius. Grab your other oracle cards. Aquarius, love and romance for Aquarius. Quick love check-in for Aquarius, please. Whoa. Throwing cards here. Okay, so you've got very strong energy right now, Aquarius. We see the Queen of Everything coming through for you. We do also see be authentic. So, remove all these masks that say that I'm not the Queen of Everything, because you are. You're at the top of your game right now, especially with we have the single parent card, responsibilities. So you may not necessarily be a single parent, but you're taking on this role where I can do everything. I'm in charge of everything. I can do it all, kind of thing. I'm the queen of everything. I can do it all. I don't need to wear these masks and be a fake version of myself, because, I can authentically be the queen of everything and take on any responsibilities. And guess what? I can do it all. I can handle all of them. So you're really, this is a lot of inner growth for you as well. We have the wholeness card here, inner growth. So this is actually you realizing that you're much more in control of yourself than you give yourself credit for sometimes, because you've been wearing these masks, even with yourself, saying, oh, I'm not good at that. I'm not, oh, I can't do all of this. And now you're realizing that, yes, I can. I've got this. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's not even a realization that I can do all this. It's a realization of, hang on, I've already been doing all this. I already am everything. Aquarius. So I'm just kind of getting like you taking charge, right? Getting close to Aquarius season though, so I'm not surprised. Okay. Aquarius. Love and romance for Aquarius. I'm getting a kind of very single energy from you though, to be honest. Because, yeah, you're so in charge of everything that you're trying to decide, and you're exerting your free will. We have the crossroads here followed by the ship. So you're kind of like, well, it's up to me which direction I choose to go in. I can have it all, but I want to make sure I'm choosing the right path for myself, and I'm picking the right ship to, invest my time in, and travel the direction I want to go, start the adventures that I want to go on. You're taking a lot of control of your own free will here, which is strong energy for you. But I'm picking up quite a lot of you here, very single kind of energy, where you're just kind of like, I'm just going to start moving in my direction. It doesn't matter who's along with me. I'm choosing my direction. These are my adventures, my journeys. I'm the queen of everything. We see the book there as well. So definitely, on an adventure into, realms unknown. It's kind of giving very, like a book about the paranormal, like the realms unknown. It's like you're going through a portal into a brand new world kind of thing. You're writing your own story. You're not allowing anyone else to tell you what this book says. You're writing that yourself. You're just, whatever your next chapter is, you're like, I am writing the story. I'm in charge of where this story goes, where the plot line twists turn, and the path that story takes. That's my job. That's my responsibility. I can do it all, and I'm going to. Even if I don't know, even if it's a mystery and it's an unknown next chapter here, I know that I'm going to write it myself. And if I decide that that's what I want to get, that's where it's going to go. You're taking charge of yourself, your life, your love. Okay, so you're really taking charge here and taking responsibility for, if things aren't working out the way that I want, I'm going to change. I'm going to rip that page out and rewrite it. You're really taking charge. It's such a strong energy, Aquarius. So, you use it, utilize it. Okay, definitely write your own story. Exert your free will. Make sure you get what you want, not what other people tell you you might want, what you want. Okay, strong. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, Aquarius, and we will move over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces, love and romance for Pisces, please. I'll grab all your oracles out first. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now in regards to love and romance? Ooh. Ooh, strong energy. We do have prioritized reflection coming through, Pisces. For some of you, if you're seeing this, you may want to go back if you haven't watched it already. I did recently do a video with reflections in the title. So you might want to go back and check what that one said for you and your placements. There might be something important for you to be looking at in that particular video. But it's talking about, looking at who am I? Who am I? And where have I been? And, what does that say about me? There's the need to look clearly at yourself and the version of yourself that exists in the past and the present, so that you can work out what version of yourself you wish to be in the future, so you can boss up. Okay, boss up. You're moving forward, but in order to do that, in order to boss up to the next level here, you do need to prioritize reflection upon where I've been and how I can improve upon that. What do I need to learn in order to level up? Intuition, your inner knowing, okay? Trust yourself. You have a strong intuition already. A lot of you already know this. This is a message that is just confirming what you already know within yourself and just putting it into words for you, because a lot of you haven't been able to sort of put this feeling into words and understand it. But this message is just like, Pisces, here's your your inner knowing coming out, telling you this is what you've been trying to grab a hold of. All right, because you do know as well that there is something coming up for you. We have the marriage card, sacred union. Okay, so for some of you, there is a sacred connection coming through in the future here for you. It does feel like it might still be a little bit away, but you might be meeting someone next year sometime, Pisces. But for a lot of you, this is coming into sacred union with your own self. Okay, it's that boss up level of that perfect marriage of self. Prioritizing and marrying the previous versions of yourself with the future version of yourself, so that we can become whole in that sense. And your inner knowing is moving you towards that. Some of you are moving towards actual marriage and union. Okay, but that's not necessarily all of you. There's a couple of you. There's at least one of you that does not believe in marriage. I'm picking up on here, but we'll check with the lenormand as well. Pisces, love and romance for our Pisces, please. Trust your intuition. There's that intuitive knowing again. We have the moon coming through first. You intrinsically know, but there is still some emotional sensitivities that come along with that. Some parts of ourselves that are still a little bit in the dark, which is why that is important to prioritize reflection. All right, because what do we see here in the moon card? We see the reflection of the moon on the water. The water is you, Pisces. The moon is you. Well, Cancer, but it's your emotions needing to reflect upon those and see yourself a little bit more clearly, so that we can move straight over to the heart and the fish. An abundance of love, a wealth of love, a fulfillment of unconditional love and romance in your life in the future here, Pisces. Love for oneself, and a feeling of fulfillment and abundance within oneself. Okay, there's a couple of you that especially those of you that know, you've watched a few of my videos before, and you're saying to me straight away, what are you talking about, Michelle? That's a love of money. All right, it definitely could be as well, but I feel like for you, Pisces, that this is more so to do with fulfillment within one's own heart, feeling like your own heart is whole. All right, and then, like I said, that marriage, that union of self, feeling as though your own heart is whole and fulfilled just by being you and knowing you, trusting you. And then we can worry about everything else, like the material stuff. All right. So strong messages for you here, Pisces, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Definitely subscribe. Let me know if that resonated for you, and I will see you all again soon.